In a sun-drenched, sleepy little village, where the days drifted by as gently as the clouds, lived two frogs who were closer than any brothers. One was big and sturdy, a real powerhouse of a frog. The other was small and nimble, quick as a flash. You'd think their differences would have pulled them apart, but it was just the opposite. They were inseparable. Every single day was a new adventure, exploring every hidden corner of their world together, from the lily pads on the pond to the tall grasses by the riverbank. They were a team through and through. One warm, lazy afternoon, their endless curiosity led them somewhere new, a tall wooden bucket standing near a barn. A farmer had left it there, forgotten. The frogs, never once to pass up a mystery, hopped closer. They couldn't see what was inside, it was too tall. So, with a shared look of excitement, they did what they always did, they leaped. Together, they soared into the unknown, only to land with a splash in a deep pool of fresh, cool milk. At first, it was almost fun, a new kind of swimming pool. But when they tried to get out, reality hit. The wooden walls were slick with moisture and impossibly steep. They scrabbled and kicked, trying to find a grip, but they just slid back down every time. The afternoon sun beat down on them, and the minutes stretched into what felt like hours. Exhaustion began to set in, a heavy dragging feeling in their limbs. The larger frog, whose strength usually seemed endless, was starting to falter. "It's no use," he gasped, his voice raspy and filled with a despair that was terrifying to hear. "We've been swimming for hours. There's no way out. We're going to drown." He looked at his friend, his eyes pleading for an end to their struggle. But the smaller frog, though just as tired, shook his head fiercely. His little legs were still kicking, pushing against the thick liquid. "We can't stop," he insisted. "Think about everything we've been through. Remember that time with the snake? Or when we got lost in the woods? We've survived every single challenge we've ever faced. If we just keep moving, something will happen. A way will open up. Just don't lose hope." Not yet. The sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The air grew cooler, and the milk felt colder. For the larger frog, the fading light seemed to take his spirit with it. The hope that had flickered in his eyes was gone. He looked at his smaller friend one last time. "I can't do it anymore," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "I'm just too tired," and then he stopped kicking. His body went limp, and slowly, tragically, he sank beneath the white, milky surface. The small frog was now utterly alone. A wave of grief so powerful it almost knocked the breath from his lungs washed over him. He wanted to cry out, to stop, to sink down and join his friend. The pain was immense. But then, something else rose up inside him, a fierce, burning determination. He thought of his friend, of all their adventures, of his final, hopeless words. "I won't let your struggle be for nothing," he vowed to the silent milk. "I'll keep kicking for both of us." And so he did. He channeled all his sorrow, all his heartbreak, into motion. He kicked and kicked, a relentless rhythm in the silent barn. Left, right. He wasn't just swimming for his own life anymore. He was swimming in honor of the friend he had lost. He swam through the twilight, through the dead of night as the moon cast long shadows across the barn floor. His tiny body screamed in protest, every muscle ached, but he refused to stop. Then, as the first hint of dawn touched the sky, something incredible began to happen. The milk, which had felt so smooth and liquid before, started to change. His constant, frantic churning was having an effect. It was getting thicker, harder to move through. But he didn't stop. He pushed harder. The liquid became lumpy, then clumpy. Slowly but surely, the entire bucket of milk was transforming into solid yellow butter. Suddenly, he felt something firm beneath his feet. It wasn't the hard, slippery bottom of the bucket. It was a solid platform that he himself had created. He stopped kicking, panting, his little heart hammering against his ribs. He was standing on a mound of butter. Gathering every last ounce of his remaining strength, he crouched down, aimed for the rim of the bucket, and took one final massive leap. He flew through the air and landed softly on the cool, dewy grass. He was free. He lay there for a long time, exhausted but alive, the rising sun warming his face. He was a survivor. A year passed. Life in the village went on. The small frog eventually found a mate and started a family of his own. His days were filled with the happy chirps of his own little tadpoles. But he never, ever forgot the friend who didn't make it, the brother who had shared his life and his last moments. To honor his memory, he did something special. He named each and every one of his children after the big frog, so that his name would never be forgotten, so it would always be heard echoing around the pond. And every single evening, as the fireflies began to dance, he would gather his little ones around him. He'd tell them the story of the two friends and the bucket of milk. He wanted them to understand the most important lesson his life had ever taught him. Life will test you, he would tell them, his voice filled with a quiet strength. There will be times when you feel trapped, when it feels like there's no way out, times when sinking seems so much easier than swimming. But you must remember this: as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep kicking, there is always hope. You never truly know what you are capable of, what you can create, until you refuse to give up. And that is the legacy he passed on. A legacy not just of survival, but of the incredible power of perseverance. The power that lies in taking just one more step, one more kick, even when you think you have nothing left. Because sometimes that one last effort is the one that turns the milk into butter. It's the one that helps you leap to freedom. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Keep moving and never give up.